What's going on, people? Uncle Mo here, doing a little mining here. Going to be using a f.o.m.a with a level 5 amplifier, and we are north of Musings Legacy here. This area is, if you've ever watched any of my videos, or particularly Pig Menace's videos, you'll like to spend a lot of time here. Good place for quill sap and hydrogen. Still not as quite of a high of a markup as they used to be, but they're still quite good. Gonna turn treasure hunting off. The markup's just not there. If you saw my previous video, really the best you're gonna do is about 125%, 130% on some of those items. So if you're amped at all, you're just not gonna do well. So I'm looking for some higher markup type items here. So we're just going to go through this entire level 5 amp and see what we can find. If I don't find a good string, I'm going to kind of bounce around here until we can find a good area around here. If not, I am not afraid to move on. Never stick around in a place too long. I think Arkadian for me lately has been my best mining. I've been spending a lot of time in hell, and I've been doing all right. But it's been tough down there. It's been tough for sure. So I'm taking a little break and just trying to do a little bit of Arkadian mining, which is not as rough. Obviously, this is the highest hit rate in the game, so. If you're ever struggling with mining, sometimes it's nice to come back here and just at least find some claims, get some sort of return. All right, that's exactly what we're looking for, medium hydrogen steam there. I'm going to go ahead and grab that real quick. If I get into something like big oil or something, I'll leave that, but I'm just going to grab this real quick. Did pick up a new Resource Extractor 105. Pretty happy with that purchase. You can kind of look at the speed here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I've got some speed enhancer ones, and I'm going to try and tier this thing up and keep adding some enhancers just to see what happens. Assuming the enhancers are even in game. I don't know what kind of blueprints exist for them or what. I crafted the enhancers you saw there. There's not much to them. I think that's a Rocktropian TT blueprint, so you can just go pick that up from the Rocktropian technician. Let me double check that real quick. Rocktropia attachments. Nope. And nope. I won't waste your time too much on it. I'm going to be up all night, though, if I don't find it. Hold on. Are you looking there? No. Maybe it's this one. Oh, yeah, Enhancers. Enhancers, Volume 1. Maybe that's a Calypso. I'll double check for you, folks. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that looks like a Calypso blueprint book, so. It's just Enhancers, though. That's all it is. Get it from a technician. Well, you can't see it off to the right hand side, but I am using a little big mining log to track progress. So got this place very well mapped out. Quantium stone's always nice. Nice medium there. Mediums, when you're starting out with a level 5 medium, that's the size you're looking for. You're averaging 10 ped for every medium claim you find, so that's right about where you want to be at. A lot of miners do pay attention to their claim sizes. If you're mining unamped here on Arcadia, if you're in an area that's you're either not hitting well, or if you're finding the very poor, not even the very poors, but yeah, the very poors and tinies, that's your size 2, size 3s. You want to get out of that area as soon as possible. I'm hitting some medium, so I'm just going to kind of mine around those. I wish I could show you the Little Big Mining Log map. I know for a fact I'm not overlapping claims at all. There's a map to the right with a big circle on it, and it tells me exactly where what the coverage of the area for every probe that I drop is. So it's a real nice utility. If you're an experienced miner, you can kind of figure it out and just space it out yourself. But I'm used to it now. I'm kind of attached to it. Unfortunately, we can go to mininglog.com and pick that program up. Again, it's mininglog.com. And unfortunately, they have not quite implemented the treasure hunting materials yet. So I'm going to have to, for treasure hunting, I'll either have to start tracking those by hand here pretty soon or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm just not really interested in them. They're all pretty much dog shit right now, so I'm not real excited to go after anything treasure hunting. I guess people are finding a few types of claims that other than just your normal treasure hunting ingredient units. But I still want to get one myself to really kind of confirm that. Treasure hunting was implemented, when David Dobson was talking about it, he wanted basically to give miners a chance to find a rare gun or blueprint or something like that. And I heard guns are not possible via treasure hunting, but maybe blueprints are. So I just want to see some concrete screenshots first, just to know that they've been seeded. I'm not convinced that everything's kind of been seeded yet with treasure hunting, but we'll see. A little perception gain there. I'm going to head up one more and then start heading back around to where those other claims were. I always look for claims to kind of bunch up into a little ball. Everybody's got their own little way they mine. A lot of people just go in a straight line. I tend to look for, nice clumps of claims, And we got a little bandit. Little quill sap. Good stuff all around. Go ahead and grab those real quick. I'd definitely love to hear some suggestions on any type of, maybe some vids you'd like me to do. Particularly if you haven't played before, if there's something you want to see. Something that I can help you take a look at in-game to maybe convince you to try the game if you're kind of teetering. Just having a blast with the game, loving the community. Like any MMO, there are some bad eggs in the game, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. But reputation, very important in this game. All of your sell orders do come, if you're on the auction house, all your sell orders have your name on it. And if you get a bad reputation, people are not going to want to do business with you. And this game is all about the trading. Alright, I'm going to kind of turn around here and start heading back to those other claims. I'm looking at a very nice mining percentage right now, 37.5%. I forgot to turn that on for the first miss, so it's probably a little less than that. But this is an excellent percentage. I probably should be bumping up to a level 7 amp. And there's that perception gain again. I think there's something around here. Let's see what hits here. I would like to go up to a level 7 amp, but we're kind of on a downturn here. The last claims weren't quite the size we're looking for. So I'm going to head south, back towards where those other claims were, and see what we can find. Again, there's a couple perception hits around here, so I want to see if maybe I can get a bead on those. I'm not convinced that there's anything to the perception gain theories. What that is you get a little skill here called perception, and you'll see it down here in the left-hand corner. And a lot of people have come up with theories that if you hit that, that means you're picking up on something. Your avatar's picking up on something that's in the game that's not supposed to be there, not normally there. For instance, a huge mining claim. You do get a lot of perception gains if there's somebody else in the area that's maybe just off your radar here. You'll get a perception gain, just kind of bouncing off of them. I have noticed that. But Whether or not there's any truth to it, we don't know. There's just no real way to prove it. You know, when I've been mining, I've definitely gotten some skill gains and have hit some claims afterwards, and I've also hit some big claims just right out of the blue with no warning whatsoever. So, you know, that's just one of those things that'll never be proven but always talked about. I'm coming to the other side here where there was the other perception gain, so I'm just trying to mine around those for a bit and see what we can come up with. Alfrix, Yucko. Talked about economy in the last video. Very slow time. Talking to some players. Apparently, this game does slow down in the summertime, and thus the volume of the economy will be less. So, a lot of the markups for ores and antimaters have gone down, particularly those that are mined out of f.o.m.a. And that certainly hasn't stopped people from mining at f.o.m.a, but man, it is just not profitable to go there right now, as far as I'm concerned, with the 5% tax rate everywhere. Items like I was talking about in the last video, calderite and listerium, iron, things that are real popular in f.o.m.a have gone way down. So, markup wise, so I'm going to avoid that for a while. I'm going to stick around here in Arcadia. And I'm definitely going to still head out to Entropia. They've certainly added some Nixarium and some Beryllium to Entropia. I'm trying to get a beat on that. There's Beryllium there. A lot of people, ooh, that's a sizable cool sap. That's good. I definitely like that. Let me see where I'm at on this here. These level 5 amps are great. You know, we've gotten all those hits for 52 peds worth. So I'm just going to bump up to a level 7. The difference between a level 5 amplifier and a level 7, you'll notice the level 5 amplifier has 200 ped, and it has an efficiency of 10. Think of that as like a coefficient. All right, it doesn't mean you're going to get 10 times the ore or antimaters. Nothing like that. It simply is some sort of number on some sort of table that's a coefficient, all right? For the level 7 amplifier, you'll notice the efficiency is a 15. The higher efficiency, the bigger your claim sizes will be, and the faster your amplifier will decay. Level 7 amplifiers, they do have only 120 ped, as far as having a nice full one there. And they do have beryllium in them, so they've gone up in price. I think level 7s you used to be able to get in the 120% range. They're they can go for 130% markup these days. So, just want to stick around these perception gains and that sizable claim we just had. I just want to see what's around here. The reason, you know, I'm still over a 30% success rate. What does that mean? That means if I'm dropping right now for 1 probe for, well, 10 probes for antimatter and 20 probes for the ores, but you know, it's 1 drop each. So if I find 1 ore and no antimatters, that would be a 50% success rate for that drop. So a little big mining log will add all those up and give you kind of a running total. For Arcadia, definitely like to be at a 30% probe success rate. If I want to stay in an area. If you're below that, I would suggest moving on. If you're at 35% and above, that's pretty good, and you probably want to be on a bit taller amplifier at that point. 40% and above is just excellent. I would even on occasion probably throw in a level 9 amplifier there. That's only because I make them. I wouldn't suggest buying a level 9 amplifier. The markup's insane. You'll never get it back. But I do like to make them. So on occasion I'll make those. I don't have any right now. They take Devil's Tail, which turns into Shalmon. It's real tough to come by, although there is plenty of it on Arcadia. Well, maybe not plenty, but it can be found. Kind of striking out there, so I'm heading back over to the other side where we got those perception gains. And we'll head down south a little bit. If I don't get anything in the next 2 hits, I'm going to downgrade to the 5. If my percentage goes down from there, I'm going to have to switch areas. And this is where a little big mining log is helpful, because I know that right here I haven't mined yet. This is fresh territory. A lot of theories out there on how quick you can mine a piece of land after somebody's dropped a probe on it. You definitely don't want to follow another miner. If you see somebody mining in a spot and they just dropped a probe in a certain area, you're definitely not very good off dropping a probe in that same spot. You know, unless the ability level and the equipment used is just that different between those two miners, but you'd want to avoid that. I tend to think it's going to be somewhere around a mob respawn rate. A lot of mobs respawn pretty quick, so I think the mining claims would do the same thing. I'd probably give it 20-30 minutes would be the lowest. I'd want that land to reset for about 20-30 minutes. Although personally, I don't think I've ever gone back to an area less than an hour, so... Yeah, we got a couple there. A little unknown. That's going to be you can tell by the time left here, it's going to be a bit of a bigger claim. Modest coal sap we like. Alright, let's see what this sucker is. Iolite, ample iolite. Yeah, I'll take it. Amples are going to average about 15 PED return on that. Just TT value. So, according to Little Big Mining Log, I'm running at about a 38% success rate. And I'm liking the claim sizes. They're not, you know, even amped. You still want to avoid the smalls and things of that nature. So, pretty happy here. I'm just going to continue in this area until the trend goes away. And once it does, I'm out of here. I'll go. There's just too many places to mine on Arcadia that are good. So, just like a slot machine, no need to stick around on the same one that's kicking you in the ass. I gave it a pretty good mining around those perception gains, although I could have, maybe I could have went north a little bit. I don't know. Nothing there. Let's head on over here just a little bit west. Oh yeah, here's the spot. Come on, Global, show these guys some sparkles. Ample telfium. Well, that's fine. Here you can kind of get away with, you know, like if you're in Hell or f.o.m.a, if you're not globaling and hoffing, particularly hoffing, if you're amped, you're not going to make money. But here you can get some nice returns, just steady returns, and still end up making a profit. It's not going to be great. Those globals and hoffs do help. I ain't going to lie. If I go the whole night without one, I usually end up down. But if you're, as long as you're watching your success rates for your probes and at least avoiding the smallest claim sizes, you'll be doing all right. Modest band eat. Everything's just kind of all over the place here. Back down to about a 35% success rate. But yeah, this is what I do. This is not the most impressive mining run ever, but I think it's definitely profitable so far. A lot of nice high markup stuff. Hydrogen, quill sap, Banite sells for about 120. Even Belcar does pretty well on this planet here. Quantium last time I checked, I think was one. It's not very good. A new little sound there. A lot of new sound. They just did a version update, so you're gonna hear a lot of new sounds. Particularly, when you break the vehicle or if you're in combat. I like to see hydrogen, but that's when you get a small with a level 7 amp. That's about as small as it gets. I'm starting to get a little concerned. I'm gonna yank that out. And as you can see, we degraded half of that sucker. They go pretty quick. So if you're not really hitting some nice solid stuff, you need to get your higher level amps out. The 5 is just great. They last forever, and they really give you a nice amplification on claim sizes. You'll never really ever have to see a tiny or a very poor claim. And those things depress me. I can't stand them. Ow. And things are starting to slow down. They're not awful just yet, but they're getting close to the point where I don't want to be here much longer. Sparklies, please. I'm going to drop a couple more on this other side and probably call it at that. Had a good time tonight. We watched f.o.m.a.'s live stream. I always include a link for his YouTube channel, and he does some live play every Wednesday at 0000 MA time. And a lot of people get together for that, and we joke around a little bit and try to watch f.o.m.a. mine some. And it's just uncanny whenever you tape these things. It's so hard to get some nice, good globals and have a good run when you're rolling tape like this. It's works out the same for him during his live streams. One day though, we're hoping he'll get lucky, have a nice all-time high. If you're watching that and he gets a nice big all-time high, he's going to spread out the loot some for whoever's watching. So it's always generous. Appreciate that. Okay, one more probe just to the north here, and that's it. Nothing found. Okay. Too slow now around here to really mine effectively. We used up about 72 ped there. Let's check this one out. 60 ped there, it's 130. And 42 in probes is 172. And I don't believe we have 172 ped here. 13, 23, 34, 79, 89, 101, 128, 136, 143 plus markup might get me to that 170 that we just spent. So, bit of a break even there. Like I said, really, we did all right with the claim sizes, but it's those globals and hops that really put you ahead, and they're tough to come by. So, once you're in a slow area, you really got to get out of there and go find something else. So, that's it. I'm going to try and leave this nice and short for this edition of Mo's Mining Musings. Good luck. Always do comment and leave questions. If you got any ideas for vids or anything you want me to do, definitely love to hear those. If you haven't obviously tried the game yet, definitely give it a try. Ask questions if you're, you want to try the game, but you got a few hesitations or anything like that. You're curious about the game. Just let me know. Let me know on the video here, and if I can cover it for you, I definitely will. All right, good luck to all of you. Take care. Good night. As soon as I turn the video off, it never fails. Never fails, folks. Plentiful Band-Aid for 309. The next probe I dropped. I don't get it. Somebody explain it to me. Bye, guys.